Hi, I thought I'd make an update video instead of writing my blog because it's just easier to talk at the camera and, well, whatever, behind the camera. And also my blog is kind of ruined since all the linked pictures on my Google Drive, I accidentally deleted them, so, it's kind of effort to put them all back in and stuff like that. So anyway, um, just for, the three people that are following my project, so they know it isn't dead. I worked on it a little bit on my uni holidays, but I didn't get as far as I wanted. This is my second PCB that I've done. And as you can see, there's been quite a lot of work done to it. You can see that little blue wire there, little bodge wire, a little bit of scratches all over it. Because I've removed, this is my favorite. These two metal wires here, because I got the positive and negative backwards on that part, so that was fun to figure out. Anyway, with all my testing and experimenting and things like that, I've managed to damage a few things, but the board does work now. I finally figured out that it's better to put all the chips on sockets instead of desoldering the actual chips every time you blow it up or do something wrong. Yeah, but like I said, unfortunately, I can't get the car to run that well ever since going to this board. I've had a lot of trouble with weird problems, like the smaller microcontroller will provide a 500 kilohertz clock to the bigger one, and the clock signal got completely ruined. It just looked like way higher than 500 kilohertz. And to fix it was to change something completely unrelated, which is the low voltage programming configuration bit. I don't know why that changes it. I didn't think it'd be related. I thought it was a different pin. But that fixed it. And then again, it got ruined. The clock signal got ruined from when the main bigger microcontroller was connected. Because the port, I think it was port C, whatever port it was. Anyway, the tri-state register for that port, which was related to the pin for the clock in, suddenly you have to set it as an input, which makes sense, but previously I didn't have to do that. Like, literally, I had the chip programmed, I went to sleep, woke up the next day, and it just didn't work anymore until I changed that bit. Alternatively, I could have just disabled the interrupts, which, again, is completely unrelated, so I don't know what the hell that's about. Either way, making those changes seems to make it work. I can start and run the car for about 30 seconds to a minute, although it's running very, very rich, even though I've set my fuel map to, well, what it always was. I could even set it manually to 1200. Sorry, my injector pulse width to 1200, and at 500 kilohertz, that works out to be a 6 millisecond pulse, which is pretty normal. I can run my car on that, but obviously I can't touch the accelerator or anything because it ruins all the air-fuel ratio, blah. But even that wouldn't work, and it smells very, very rich, and when I pulled the spark plugs out, they were completely saturated with fuel, so I guess there might be a software bug somewhere. I haven't had a chance to figure out what I've done. I did want to measure the output. These are the drivers for the injectors. I did want to measure the output, but I can't really get a very good reading on my analog scope, and my digital scope is actually, where is it? Oh, it's gone. Anyway, my digital scope is just a USB scope which hooks up to this old computer, but that's screwed up as well. It won't run. I hear the hard drive going click, 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 and then it doesn't get me very far. So I need a digital scope with triggering and just some way to view the actual outputs to make sure it is actually 6 milliseconds, because I suspect that it's not. I suspect that it's much higher than 6 milliseconds, which is why I'm flooding. But yeah, that's where I'm at now. I think I just really need to get my hands on a good oscilloscope and fix a few software bugs, and then it should be good to go. As far as new features go, what have I done? What have I done since the last video? Let me think. I don't want to repeat myself. Oh, the main thing is a lot more data is getting measured on the second microcontroller. Obviously those values are all not right, but I can get things like coolant temperature, air intake. This O2 sensor value would only really be useful once I have a wideband sensor. And throttle position, which I am going to use pretty much only to determine whether or not I should be in closed loop mode for the oxygen sensor ideally. That's just about it. Oh, on this actual configuration program that I've written, I have done something which I find very useful. I can show the data in raw numbers, which I've always worked off, or I can do it as percentages for the injector pulse width, or degrees for, that's obviously way too high, for degrees for the ignition advance. So yeah, that's what I've got. Oh yeah, and of course the fuel map, the tuning map is fuel and ignition instead of just fuel now, so that's yay useful. Yeah, that's where I'm at now. That missing component there is for the idle speed controller, which I am not really using at the moment. Obviously not, because there's no component there. Yeah, that's it. Bye.